Bolo had a bolo. His little outfit was outfitting. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Being Simone Iman. I am Simone Iman, and if you're here for the first time, this is my personal diary. I do a little bit of everything here. Sometimes it's product reviews and hauls, sometimes it's television show suggestions or reviews and movie reviews. It's just a little bit of whatever I'm interested in at the time. So if you're into those types of things, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and please give this video a thumbs up. Today we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 episode 10. I'm feeling like this is the halfway mark, and I said they was boring, but I took back everything I had said. Okay, let's get into it. So I missed an episode just doing my reviews. I watched it, but I live in Houston, pray for Texas, and Armageddon came, and so I wasn't able to do last week's video. But I also don't want to play catch up. You know, I think generally everyone who watches knows what happened. The women were kind of upset because Kenya brought Brooklyn and didn't extend the invitation to everyone to bring their children. She was catching ghosts. At the end of the day, Kenya always has her baby when they go on trips. If you want to bring your baby, bring your baby. It's given very much for Housewives of Potomac with Ashley and Wendy. It's just like, do what you want to do. But a lot of times it is mommy guilt, because if you bring your baby, then I want to bring mine, because why not, right? So anyway, over that whole episode, I think the women started off on a better foot just because they seemed more excited to be there. It was boring, they was hungry, and I think that had a lot to do with it too. Plus the alcohol ain't ever good. But anyway, they open up coming from dinner, and they're going to have a surprise bachelorette party for Cynthia, which I think is great since Cynthia's never had a bachelorette party before, and seeing that she's been married before, it's kind of like, well, how do we even make this exciting? Because girl, you've been married before with all these bridesmaids. I love the single white female interview thing that they were doing at the beginning of the episode. The Sharon Stone, is that, what movie is that? The movie is called Basic Instinct. Came out in 1992. But Kenya had on the outfit and everything. She did well. I think Kenya's a good actress. She should do that more. They come back to the house after dinner, and they're going to have their surprise bachelorette party for Cynthia, which I think is great because Cynthia's never had one before. And when you've been married before, it's kind of like, how do I make this new and exciting? Because I've walked down the aisle. She got all these bridesmaids, which she didn't have bridesmaids the first time. So they come home, they put on these outfits that Candy has provided, and they all look awesome. Even with their little quarantine weight, it was very much Big Frida though, as everywhere. I was with Porsha, you know, with them not wearing masks, because I'm like, okay, this is boring. And maybe that's why the episode or the season had been so slow in the beginning, but wearing masks is boring. I want you to say hey, and I want to see it. I'm with Porsha on that. I'm with Porsha on a lot of little one-liners this episode. I think all the women sold it. They were committed to the characters. They weren't shy and prude like me and Cynthia. Me and Cynthia actually share a birthday. Our birthday was last Friday, February 19th. And I would have been like, girl, I would have to drink the whole bottle of Patron to get in the character. Drew was talking about Kenya busting it open because look, Kenya had them legs pursed, honey. She's like, maybe Mark would have stayed. No, he don't like her. He don't care what she do. He would not have liked her with her legs pursed open. Okay. There was a scene where LaToya was like grinding on Kenya, and Kenya was like, girl, move. Did y'all catch that? Kenya is gay for play, for camera time, for scenes. LaToya is really interested, which will lead to my last point when there's the whole who was with Bolo gate. I think it was LaToya and Porsha. They had been grinding and kissing all night. I do not think it was Tanya. I think it was LaToya. Cynthia comes down and she's acting like an auntie and all prude. Same sis. Candy gives her the outfit. She goes to change. Candy sends them vibrating pennies up there. I've been like, look, I gotta draw the line somewhere. I'm finna put that in my pants. But I love that the women were all like following Candy's commands. Go bring her a drink, go bring her this vibrator. Like, it was just super cute. It was so fun. Like I said in the beginning, I take back everything I said. I think that the newness with the newbies in this group of girls was good for them. Pete Fallon wasn't there though. Like, Fallon, you probably should have left your husband at home, sis. You ain't gonna get paid for this episode. The women go outside to see Bolo, child, in the glass display. Bolo was good on the eyes. Look, I went to go look at his Instagram. He's a nice looking young man. Bolo had a bolo. His little outfit was outfitting. Marla gonna say his fake Chanel. It don't have to be real. It's fine. It looks great. Okay, it looks great. We know that Chanel don't make cutout outfits for men with sexy bodies, but it looks good. And then they go back upstairs and Bolo got to stripping, honey. Cynthia went and made it drizzle. Oh, lady, go sit down. But when Bolo pulled out the Bolo, y'all, even like the little fuzzy stuff I couldn't unsee it. Like, I feel like I saw skin. It was something to behold. Porsha was like, how many arms do you have? He's a spider. He's a spider. He got legs, honey. And then Bolo leaves after the entertainment, and Candy goes to put Cynthia in a sex scene. Now, the second best person on this episode was the hot mics. The hot mics did it, because you heard some of everything. Kenya asked for Bolo to come back. Porsha and Bolo had a moment, okay? Porsha met Bolo before or something. Porsha's like, I'll go get him. She goes to tell him to come on, and it's something about filming. Like, you could tell they really wanted to have fun, and they didn't want the cameras on them. Because even Bolo was like, well, are y'all finished filming? Like, I'll come back, but is the camera still in there? So they wanted to get rid of the cameras, and I feel that there's some things I'm sure they wanted to do that they wouldn't do for the world to see. But I mean, you guys, you're in a cast house. What do you expect? Like, some of this is gonna get out. The women start talking with production. They start taking off mics, but the mounted cameras in the house are still there, so they cover them with tape. The cameras are mounted, so you know it's only so much moving, repositioning, putting tape on the cameras that was gonna go so far. And at the end of the day, like, this is production. Like, if they want to see you, honey, they gonna see you. Anyway, Porsha's mic was super hot. She was bisexual. She was all kind of shit. She said somebody's eating tonight. Porsha. But one thing about Porsha, she ain't hiding. She ain't shame. All night on Instagram, she was uploading, laughing on the chat room about it. Like, whatever. And I own it. And that's what Candy was saying when she was coaching them into being more promiscuous and open with their sexuality. Like, being a sexual human being is normal. It's fine. Not for me, for y'all. They got good footage of Porsha and LaToya making out, and it just seemed like everybody had a really good time. LaToya lost a braid, and then Bolo left at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, what did the contract say? How long was he supposed to be there? Anyway, so the next morning, Cynthia and Drew start recapping, and they're sitting in her bed, and Drew kept it like real PG. I'm sure she was twerking and popping and a part of the melee too, but you know, I think that they probably had an agreement where y'all, we're gonna have a good time tonight, and tomorrow we just gonna move on. That's what everybody was on except for Kenya. I don't know. They talk about if they're gonna tell Mike or they're gonna tell Ralph. Girl, don't tell Ralph. Just let him see it on TV, because he's gonna be mad for 6 months and then he's gonna leave for 3 days again. LaToya says that some of the girls are going on a boat ride, and then some of them are gonna stay back. But it's a fishing boat. Fishing is fun though, and Marlo, take off them pumps. For whatever reason, you guys, Kenya, and I'm not gonna say whatever reason, Kenya has it in her heart to expose everybody, everything, all of that. She wants to make drama on the show. I have heard Candy say that so many times. Kenya takes this show personally, and she wants them to have a good show. And so if that means keeping her hand in the cookie jar or stirring the pot, then that's what she's going to do. I think, like I said, everybody made a general consensus, like, we're not gonna talk about what happened last night. What happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon. And Kenya was like, no, we're gonna get it started. So she's like on this rant and on this mission to expose who was with Bolo last night, because she heard sex sounds coming from the spare bedroom. And it's kind of like, okay, we get it. They probably did. But why is it so important to expose? She wants a good show. She wants drama. She wants something to talk about. And a lot of that is, you know, production, putting that battery in her back too. I honestly feel that way. Like, Everybody was ready to move on except Kenya, and there's the reason why. She wants them to have something to talk about besides her. I did not like, so on social media she had posted, she had tweeted that if you don't want your personal business, then don't do it on TV or reality shows. Well, Kenya, that's not fair, because when things are going on with you personally, you don't want it discussed on the show, and you're asking everybody to please respect your privacy. So which is it, the pot or the kettle? Like, sis, come on. At the end of the day, it was cute, like by the pool with Tanya and them, but to keep dragging it like you want to expose somebody is a bit too much. It seemed too much for me. Also notice there's no confession of Tanya. So when they got home, Tanya was done with Real Housewives and Bravo, because she has nothing to say. And PR 101, don't say nothing. Nobody can accuse you of lying or being dishonest. Nobody can confirm what happened. If you do say yes, it may or may not have happened. So you just don't say nothing at all. Tanya ain't no dummy, I tell you that. The women go out fishing, and I just want Marlo to give it up with Kenya. Like, okay, she doesn't like you. You know how many people in this world won't like you? Like, of course you know, because you're in your 40s. Give it up. But I also think that's another, you know, this is reality TV. We've been watching these girls for 13 years. It's something to talk about. It's tying yourself to somebody who's a big part of the cast, so you have something to continually talk about. You have a reason to have camera time. She got a whole scene with Cynthia and Kenya based off of some old stale beef that don't really even exist. Like, who cares if she don't like you? I thought that Marlo catching the shark was hilarious in her furry slippers. And then it's dinner time, and Kenya is dead set on exposing somebody. Candy wants her to move on. Candy is like, let it go. She says that she came down at 6 in the morning to get some milk for Brooklyn, and she waited at the door for 45 minutes to listen. Brooklyn was hungry, so you made your baby wait 45 minutes so you could be nosy and listen to sex sounds? I don't think she heard all what she said she heard. She said somebody said F this P harder. I don't know about you girls, but Bolo had a bolo, okay? Who is saying F me harder with that kind of bolo? Don't F me harder. We need a nice steady face. Like, I don't know, I think she was just kind of zhuzhing it up a little bit, you know? I don't know, to make it more interesting. Then Cynthia gets Marlo and Kenya together to talk about their beef that doesn't even exist. Like, spare me the production beefs, okay? I will say though, we have to give Kenya her things. Her Tex-Lex hair is beautiful, okay? Kenya got some gorgeous hair on her head. And then Kenya and Marlo make up, and she gets Marlo to, not gets her to say, but Marlo says that she heard sex sounds around the same time too. So now, like, when they come down the stairs, Porsha's gonna be like, conveniently you have another ally. Like, it's about allyship. It's about, you know, who can I film more scenes with to get on camera more to make sure I'm in all these episodes. Like, you know, Kenya not just out here dry hating. Kenya's stirring the pot so we have something to watch, and I call it as boring. That's what it is. Overall, episode 10 was hot. Literally, it was good. It was good to see them just have good girls fun, and hopefully Kenya won't ruin it. We're trying to make the show better. Like, this, it was good. It was entertaining to watch in itself. We didn't need all of that who effed Bolo. Like, who cares? Move on. You're grown. Porsha is single. LaToya is going through a divorce, and that's just what it is. LaToya already told y'all how she feel about her husband. Next. But honestly, that's who I feel like it was. It was Porsha and LaToya. Anyway, you guys, that's all I got for this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like I said, you guys, I was in a winter storm, damn near Armageddon in Houston. I didn't have no power for 3 days. So I have to catch up on Married at First Sight. And I have a couple of other random videos, some stuff about my birthday I want to share. I'm going to do a birthday haul with you guys. So tune in for the next week or so, you guys. We're going to have some really good content. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me who you think was in the room, Menage a Trois with Bolo. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
That's good.